Hope you can hear me. A couple weeks back, I got a message. I thought it was for a particular individual. And I gave that individual the message, and they got it. So the more I think about it, I think really the message is for everyone out there, I guess. The message was pretty simple. It was come back to God. And I know we all have our individual views on this, so if this isn't your thing, just, I don't care if you don't watch it, and I'm not offended. But, we always talk about our affirmations. I am this, I am that, I am everything. But yet we forget the great I am. We don't say that I am because of the great I am. Our focuses are different points in our growth. We want to go galactic, we want to go spiritual, we want to go godly, and then we kind of mix it and jumble it all together. I understand that. But when it comes down to faith, you have to put God in it. He's within you. So it's just a really simple message. Okay, give example. I'm sure many of you have heard of the red heifers that were bought and sent to Israel, and they're the most perfect specimen of bovine or some kind of cow, something like that. But they're basically perfect, and they want to sacrifice this. I don't remember God requesting a blood sacrifice in his honor anywhere. But yet that would be like taking Adam, who was perfect, and sacrificing him because he's perfect. I get issues with that. So we're going to take one of God's cosmetically perfect creatures, or any creature, and sacrificing him to God in some form of way. Sacrifices were meant to be of morals, of spirit, of going without so that someone can be helped. That's what sacrifice is. But anyway, like I said, the message it just seemed was, come back to God. And, personally, my beliefs are one thing, my faith is something else, and my faith has always been God-centered. No, I'm not out there thumping and preaching the word of God. We all celebrate God in our own individual ways. But I gotta tell you, I've never been more blessed, more connected than to have the faith in my God. Any of the graces that I've received has been because of God, the great I am. Not because I am, but because of God. Like I said, if it's not for you, it's okay. But, I call my meditation, I call it prayer, because that's what it is. It's prayer for me. I go into prayer, and then I hit what I call a 0 point in that prayer, where it's nothing, no outside, it's all blocked off. It's this state of solace, it's this state of harmony, it's a state of Nothing else worries me. It's pure harmony. And that's when I get my greatest joy of connecting. It's intimate. It's like prayer. I mean, most of you know I generally don't participate in prayers, group prayers. Same with guided meditations. I don't do those things because if someone's guiding you, you're not doing the work. If you can't walk within yourself and go inside and go into prayers or meditation, you really got to ask yourself why. You're all capable of it. You're all so much more powerful than you think. But it requires work. It requires time. And I know that's a premium for a lot of us. I mean, coming up, summer's coming, gardening. I'm going to have not a whole lot of time for internet things. But in between everything I do, going to the potty, preparing dinner, I can go into prayer. I don't need to be in a certain position, a certain thing with candles around me and stones and glowing. I don't need to set a mood. I just go into prayer. That's how I connect. That's how I've always done it. You know, I'm not one for rituals. I just go into prayer. As simple as cutting up some onions for dinner. I'm in prayer. And I know that's not for everybody, and I know it's hard for people to understand. But that's doing the work. A simple prayer, taking several moments out of your day and being in prayer. You want to call it meditation? Go ahead. Yeah, but that's what it is for me. I mean, you know, we have to get back to God. You know, okay, if you want to go the route of, okay, creator, okay, well, you're a creature. You're not a child of God. I mean, I understand creator God. That's fine. But, you know, source, even source, you're a source of light. You're a point of light. It takes God out of the equation. It takes you being a child of God out of the equation. You know, I mean, I'm talking faith. I'm not talking religion. But we really got to get back to God, even as a nation, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, I look at all the chaos in the world. And let's just take stories from the Bible. God decided to condemn the world through Noah's flood, if you will, because there was so much godlessness. I can only imagine that, and that was in God's eyes. What about today? We see it all around us every single minute. It's on the news 24/7. The horrible nature of mankind. You know, they want to take God out of everything. They bleep out Jesus' name. They will cover up anything to do with Christ in sports. If it's a headband, if it's an armband, if it's on their shirt, if it's a necklace, they will blank it out. Think about that. Anyway, just a real quick message. Come back to God. Center yourself on that godly thing. You know, everything else out there is a distraction. Sure, can we talk about those things? Yes. But, you know, if you're another off-worlder person, your focus is on those off-worlders. Go a little bit further. They have a God. They are subject to our God as well, because it's the God. Got to go a little bit further. You can't put them on an altar. You can't make an altar to that. Anyway, that's it. Like I said, it's not for everybody.